Good morning. It's nice to see you all this morning. So let me tell you about a few things that are coming up soon. Teacher training in the fall starts in the month of September, and you will see around you the people who have been doing the spring teacher training are just about the end of their training. They have one more weekend after this weekend. So you'll see them assisting one another as they practice and maybe substituting a class sometime soon that you're taking. So definitely get to say hello to them. And if you're curious about teacher training, you can ask any one of them about their experience so far. They'll have good things and bad things to say. But it's great to have them here. I'll miss them on Sunday mornings. Also, what's coming up? We have a 3-part event that will begin in September that I'm really excited about. Part of why I'm excited about it is because one of our teachers has really been the force behind creating it based on some transformation in her own life. She has suffered from and recovered from an eating disorder over quite a long period of her life. And so this 3-part series begins with a national event called a Scale Smash that will happen at F&M College on September 27th. Then an 8-part series that happens Sunday nights, 1-hour workshop together, kind of like when we do a 40 days program. And then finally, one of my teachers, who I completely love, and I'm so excited she's coming, Suzanne Conrad, is speaking at the Ware Center. She's not an asana teacher, she's a leadership teacher. She'll be speaking at the Ware Center. It's just $15, and that's November 1st. The tickets are already on sale. If you'd like to go to that, I recommend getting the tickets. If you have friends that you wish came to yoga with you, but they don't want to do the exercise of it, they might love going to that hour and a half with you and learning from Suzanne. She's an amazing speaker. So I feel like we're very lucky to have her. You can ask me about any of that after class. But let's get started. Let's start in child's pose. Toes together and knees open. Stretch your arms forward, bring your forehead down to the mat. Take a deep, deep breath in. Exhale, empty out all of your breath and let the weight of your whole body settle down. And you can do that as many times as you need to right now. Deep breath in, deep breath out, and get really purposeful and intentional about the kind of practice you're going to have this morning. Make your effort to be one of creating a clearing, a space for yourself to have an experience. With your next inhale, lift yourself up into downward facing dog. And when you arrive in downward facing dog, turn on your curiosity. Bend one knee, straighten one knee. I like to wave my hips from side to side and really stretch out the side of my body. You may want to explore how to take weight out of your wrists by really stretching your hips up and back. But open up to curiosity. Be in listening for what your body's teaching you through the course of your practice. Every movement that you make, be purposeful about your breathing. Slow, steady, deep, rhythmic breath. After you've had some time to explore, then set a foundation. 2 powerful feet on the floor parallel to one another. Just stretch your heels deep down toward the ground. And then 2 powerful hands on the floor. Press the knuckle of your pointer finger down, and each one of your fingertips, activate them like a cat pawing a pillow. Then raise your right leg into the air behind you, stretch it up and back. Bend your knee, bring your heel to your hips, and turn your hips open toward Africa, the right side of the room. Allow the right side of your body between each one of your ribs to open up like it's yawning, stretching apart, waking up. Send the awareness into your right foot. Open up your toes, wiggle your ankle around, wake up your right foot. And then just flip over. Put 2 flat feet on the floor, anchor your feet down, and stretch your arm up and overhead. Let your side body open. Listen with your breathing. Listen with your intention. Listen with your curiosity to the feedback your body's giving you, then float back over into downward facing dog. Raise your left leg into the air behind you. Stretch it up and back, bend your knee, heel to your hip. Turn your hips open to the chalkboard side of the room, the left side. As much as your hands push down into your mat. Equal and opposite. Raise your knee up and back. So stretch your body in 2 different directions. Hands down, knee up. Let your whole side body wake up. Gently flip over, 2 feet on the floor. Create a solid foundation with your feet. Lift yourself up out of your stabilizing shoulder, your right shoulder, up out of that shoulder, and then forward to the front of the room. Float back over into downward facing dog. Inhale and tippy toe. Stretch out the arches of your feet. Exhale, bend your knees and hover them down at ankle height. Stretch out your toes. Inhale, lift up your hips, and exhale, sink your feet down. Inhale, tippy toe. Exhale, bend your knees. Stretch your toes, stretch the arches of your feet. Inhale, lift your hips. Exhale, heels down. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, tippy toe, as high as you can go, feet fully stretching. Bend your knees as you exhale. Keep your tailbone tilted up and back. Then lift your hips up and back, and then heels down to the ground. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, empty your breath through your mouth. Look to your hands and walk forward. Stand with your 2 feet lined up, parallel to one another and hip width distance apart. With an inhale, lift your torso up halfway and imagine that you're stretching yourself out of your pelvis. Exhale, hang down toward the ground. Soften your knees. Fire up the muscles of your legs, make them strong. You can fold your arms and hold your opposite elbow and just sway from side to side. Let your body get longer, let your spine become more easy. The muscles that run down your back become more easy as you sway. Just stabilize. Imagine from the sides that there are palms on the sides of your hips pressing into your center. Once you've explored, just hang still, straight down to the ground, letting go of the holding pattern in your shoulders, the holding in your neck. Let your body just get long. Now turn on your breath. Turn on your breathing. Use your breathing as a way to connect to the other people in the room. If there's not really powerful breathing in your corner of the room, go ahead and be the leader. You be the one to bring breath. Slow, steady, deep, rhythmic ujjayi breath, the kind of breath that you can feel happening in your body. You can feel your neighbor's breath happening. As your breath links up to the others in the room, you create together like a heartbeat that becomes the rhythm of the practice. Push your heels down and lift your sitting bones high as you breathe here. Just stay right where you are. Heels down, sitting bones high, a softness in the back of your knees. When the backs of your thighs start to tremble a little bit, you'll know that you're starting to wake up. Fingertips to the ground. Walk your feet together. Make your legs strong. Push them down into the ground and squeeze them together. Then hands to your hips. Come to a halfway lift and pause. Halfway lift, just halfway lift and pause. Hug your abdominal muscles into your body. Wrap your shoulder blades around your back toward your spine. From your super strong abdominal muscles, take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, push yourself up to standing from your abdominal muscles. When you're tall, inhale and sweep your arms overhead. Stretch up out of your feet, look up to the ceiling, reach for the ceiling, look up, and exhale, bring your hands into prayer position and pause. Open your eyes. Set your gaze on one point at the front of the room. Set an intention for your practice. Create an intention of peace, an intention of love. And 3 times we'll chant Om together. Take a deep breath in. Om. Inhale and reach up for the ceiling. Stretch up out of your feet. Lift. Exhale, fold down to the floor. Long, slow, steady breath and movement. Halfway lift. Breathe in. Make your body stretch long. High plank to low plank as you breathe out. Upward facing dog. Inhale, strong legs, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Take a full breath in. Exhale and press your heels down into the mat. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. One more time, deep breath in. When you empty your breath, press your thigh bones back, then move up to your hands, step or jump, feet together. Halfway lift, long flat back, fold down. Inhale and stand, reach up and back, lift. Fold to the floor as you exhale. Halfway lift, breathe in. High plank to low plank. The name for low plank is chaturanga. Upward facing dog, strong legs, downward facing dog. Breathe together, inhale. And exhale. Deep breath in. And exhale. One more time here, inhale. Exhale, empty your breath, look to your hands, move up to your hands, feet together, halfway lift, long body, fold down. Stand up, reach. Fold to the floor. Halfway lift. High plank to low. Upward dog. Downward facing dog. And breathe. The kind of breath we use in our practice, it has 4 parts. It has an inhale, and then there's a pause, and an exhale, and then there's a pause. Exhale, empty your breath, and on the pause, move up to your hands. Halfway lift as you breathe in. Fold down. Chair pose, squat back, reach your arms up, stay right here and breathe. We'll take 5 breaths here, so sit way back, really settle into this chair pose. Turn your baby fingers so they point more toward one another, flattening and settling your shoulder blades. Here's the last breath. Pull your belly in, reach up, and fold to the floor. Halfway lift, inhale. High plank to low plank as you exhale. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward and lunge. Back foot strong, powerful. Let your back foot lead the pose. Reach up and back. Hands down, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog as you exhale. Step your left foot forward and lunge. Back foot strong, powerful, flat. Reach up and back. Hands to the floor, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Make your legs strong. Get her hips right there, David. Downward facing dog. She needs the help on the chaturanga. 3 breaths. Inhale and exhale. This is your opportunity to lengthen out your spine, to breathe some fresh blood into your body, fresh oxygen into your blood. Last breath. Exhale, empty hips back, then spring up to your hands, feet together. Halfway lift. Fold down, and we'll flow together. Sit back, chair pose, reach your arms up, stretch, fold to the floor. Halfway lift, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, arm bones move to the back of your body, downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward, lunge. Arms up, reach up and back, hands down, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Now your left side, step forward, lunge, arms up and back, hands down, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. So when my friend Sid was here last weekend, I love how he just tosses out there, instead of downward dog, you could take a headstand. It's always an opportunity. You could take a handstand. One more breath in. Exhale and empty your breath. Bring your feet together at the back of your mat. Tippy toe, Tuck your chin and roll your body out into a high plank position. Let's come to side plank. Face the left side of the, put your left hand down, face the right side of the room, face Africa. It's a little trickier than the way sometimes we usually go. Now bring breath back in. With your top leg, bend it and put the sole of your foot to your inner thigh. Stay with your leg bent, and your right hand can wrap around your right knee. Or you can put your hand around your foot and extend your leg into the air up to the ceiling. So choose to hold your knee or hold your foot. Last breath, look up to the ceiling, get light, then swing your foot forward, step forward into crescent lunge. Arms overhead. That's it. Deep lunge. Come down into your legs, down into the lunge. Activate your back foot. Now lift up out of your legs. So keep your legs deep, but pull yourself up out of your legs and reach back. The deeper your back bend, the more powerful your legs will be. So make your legs strong. Last breath here. Stretch for the back of the room, straight elbows, straight fingertips, then hands to prayer position, pause and look forward. Twist to the right toward Africa, left elbow outside of your right knee. Once your elbow is anchored, activate your back leg. Make it really strong. Now open your arms and stretch from the floor to the ceiling. Your top arm can wrap behind your back. You can halfway bind the pose. If you'd like to fully bind the pose, reach underneath of your front leg and hold hands outside of your left hip. And we'll take 3 more breaths here. Every time you inhale, get lighter. When you exhale, turn to the ceiling. 2 more. I know my breaths are slower than yours. Last one, stay for the whole exhale and pause. Then inhale, spin around to warrior 2. And land. Land deep in your lunge, your warrior 2 lunge. Anchor the back edge of your back foot to the mat. Point your right knee to the side as far as it will go. There'll be an angle, and match your toes up. Make them point in the same direction as your knee and lunge. Extended side angle. At first, your right fingertips to the floor at the arch of your front foot. Block will work. Left fingertips in the air. Now you may have noticed you unlunged a little bit. Your tush came up to the left. Go down deep into the lunge. Be aware of how active your right leg is right now. Match the action with your back leg. Make your back leg powerful. Then powerful arms, stretch them apart. Come down deeper, lies in your legs. You've got it. 2 more breaths. You can do it. Just 1 more breath. Deep lunge. Reach up for the ceiling. Hands to the floor. Very graceful chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Feet together at the back of your mat. Take a deep breath in and just exhale through your mouth. At the back of your mat, tippy toe. Tuck your chin in. Pull your belly button to your spine and roll out into a high plank position. Unwind your head last. Face the left side of the room with your right hand on the mat, side plank. Once you've created the transition, if breath is gone, bring breath back in. With your bottom hand, push down so that your hips and your right armpit get a little bit deeper and rise up. Bend your left leg. Put the sole of your foot on your, bend the top leg. Hold on to your knee or hold on to your foot and extend your leg long. 2 more breaths. You've got it, you've got it. Okay, swing your left foot forward, crescent lunge. You've got it. Step it right there forward. That's it, arms overhead. I was trying to explain to my youngest daughter the other day that I never can do anything that great the first time or 2 I try it. It really takes me a few times to really get a grip on it. So as you learn new transitions, if they don't seem so graceful at first, it's fine. The more you try them, the more you'll be able to bring ease into the transition. Back bend from your deep legs. Reach up for the ceiling. Draw the pit of your belly into your body and then up and back. Deep legs, deep legs. The deeper the back bend, the deeper the legs. Your limit is touching the floor behind you. So powerful in your back leg. Stretch. That's it. Come back up. Hands to prayer position and pause. Listen to your body. What is it telling you? What just happened to it? If you have any information in your lower back, you know you'll need deeper legs next time. Twist to the left. Right elbow, left knee. Anchor yourself there. When your back leg is fired up and powerful, open your arms, reach your bottom arm down and your top arm up. Just press your back leg's hamstring up to the ceiling. Press. Keep pressing right here. You can bind your top arm halfway or fully. For your last 3 breaths, lighten the load of your torso, lift it up, and turn it to the ceiling. That's it, Sally. 2 more times. Lift it up, turn to the ceiling. Here comes your last one. Deep breath in, strong back leg, twist, Liza, strong back leg. Okay, inhale, turn around, warrior 2. Lunge down. Lunge down. So as soon as you think you can't go any further, just hold, stay for 1 more breath because relief is on the way. Make your stride a little longer, Steve, that's it. Deep lunge down. Even activate your right hip back into your pelvis. There you go, lunge. Extended side angle, left fingertips to the floor at the arch of your left foot, right arm in the air. And then make it light. Make the pose light. If your legs are working for you, take your lunge a little deeper, Chrissy. You can make your arms light. Just pull the pit of your belly, yes, into your body. Last breath here, inhale. Hands to the floor, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and let a sigh come out. Deep breath in. And exhale, just stretch your hips up and back, stretch out your spine. Last breath here, deep breath in. Exhale and empty, then look to your hands, move up to your hands. Once you arrive, halfway lift, fold down. Chair pose, sit back, reach your arms up. Ready for a twist, bring your hands into prayer position. Turn to the right side of the room. Bring your left elbow outside of your right knee. Resolve to keep your knees bending equally as deep as one another. Then open your arms, reach your bottom arm to the floor and your top arm to the ceiling. Keep your right knee bending just as much as your left. Wrap your top arm around behind your back. Maybe reach between your knees and then around your left hip and hold hands. If they don't quite make it, just use a towel or a strap to help you hold hands outside of your hip. Deep squat. 3 breaths to lift your chest up off of your thighs and turn your heart to the ceiling. Open your shoulders. 2 more breaths. There's 1 more. Soften the skin on your face. Unwind and hang down. Open your feet hip width distance. Hook your big toes with your middle and index fingers. With an inhale, lift up halfway. And an exhale, stretch your chest down. So you can imagine, or maybe you'll be lucky enough to feel hands pressing in on the sides of your hips and not making you do a jig, but wrapping around, massaging the sides of your muscles. Gentle, but firm. Release your toes, put your fingertips on the floor underneath of your shoulders. Fingertips on the floor, keep your big toes in one line, lift your right foot up to the right side of the room, directly to the side, not behind you at all. Directly to the side of the room. So you might even want to consider nudging your toes forward an inch more than you thought you needed to. It should be harder than you think it should be. Like almost impossible. Forward with your toes. Forward with your toes. Just another breath or 2. Lift it as high as you're able to, and then foot on the floor. Now wiggle. Shake your hips out. Other side. Left foot to the side. Yes, to the side. So bring it more forward than you think. You've got it. You're going to need to breathe, or this is going to be more difficult than it has to be. See, this leg wraps and lifts. How are you doing, Liza? So glad that you came. Lift it up. Oh, a little higher, and then foot to the floor. Shake your hips out. Shake your hips out. A little relief for the work that your legs were just doing. Move to the back of your mat and kneel down. All the way at the back. We'll move in stages together through this next pose, but you all want to be at the back. Then lean forward and measure. Put your forearms on the ground and measure palm to elbow. Once you've made that measurement, anchor your elbows on the ground and open your hands and interlace your fingers so both baby fingers are on the mat, not one on top of the other. Then put your head on the floor and cradle your head with your hands. Before you go anywhere else, resolve to push down with your forearms and hug in. Turn your toes under and lift your hips up in the air like downward facing dog, and walk your feet as close to your face as you can get them. You'll roll back from your hairline an inch or so on the crown of your head. Push down with your forearms and hug in. Pull your belly in and pull your ribs in. In this early stage of the pose is such an important stage. Push down and hug in. Now hug your right knee into your chest with your foot as though it's going to stand flat on the ceiling. Just a little closer, actually, with your elbows. That's it. Activate your right foot. Then maybe bring your left knee into your chest, feet flat as though they're going to stand on the ceiling, and hold that pose. So some of you will have 2 feet in the air. Some of you will only have 1 foot in the air. There should be no discomfort in your head and your neck. Keep your feet down for now. Yep, you've got it. You're a little bit too, here, let me move, there. Push down and hug in. Now 5 more breaths in this headstand pose, a basket headstand. So much more challenging, I think, to keep your knees in. Great builder of core strength. After the last breath, activate your feet. Flex them so your feet are really active. Downward facing dog. Feet on the floor. Come back down the same way you went up. That's it. Downward facing dog. A lot of times we really want to get our legs straight in the air, but that's like, you know, when you see the guy at the circus on the tightrope and he carries the big balance bar, that's what your legs are doing. When you keep them hugged in, you start to build integrity in your core that leads to a powerful inversion one day. From downward facing dog, take a deep breath in, exhale and empty your breath. It's a lift instead of a push. Look to your hands, step or jump forward. Halfway lift. Fold down. Chair pose, squat back, reach your arms up. A twist, hands into prayer position. Twist toward the left. That's it, Katie. Anchor your right elbow outside of your left knee. Turn. Keep your knees equally bending. Take a peek at your knees. It's really tempting for your left knee to start creeping behind your right knee. Then it's not a spinal twist anymore. It's just a hip shift. Keep your knees together. You might not twist as far, but there'll be more integrity in the twist. Open your arms. Bottom arm down, top arm up. Bring the breathing. Wrap your top arm behind your back. Reach between your knees and bind outside of your right hip. It's tempting to bind like between the cheeks. Do it outside of your hip. It'll lead to different poses later. Now, big squat. Now that you have your bind, 3 more breaths. Chest up off of your legs. Turn it to the ceiling. Allow your shoulders to open up. Look up there. After the last breath, unwind and hang. Open your feet hip width distance. Stand on your hands. Just stand on your hands. You can wiggle your toes and massage your wrists. You can lift toward a halfway lift and power up your legs. Let your head be easy. Let the inside of your shoulders get soft. You can determine what that means. Release your hands from beneath your feet for crow pose. Set up your hands so that they're wide, maybe even that your baby finger hangs off the edge of your mat. Keep your tush up high in the air. Feet together, knees wide. Hug your knees just outside of your shoulders. Don't be comfortable with your knees back here at your elbows. Get them way up in here beside your shoulders. Feet together, tilt forward with your knees squeezing into your sides. Feet together. Now move your heels up toward your tush. A little higher with your feet, Jess. That's it. I like your little baby crow. You've got it. That was really nice. 2 more breaths. 2 more breaths. Now with control, chest forward. Let your feet just move back as they will, but concentrate on chest forward. Nice. Upward facing dog, even from the baby. Downward facing dog. The baby crow, that is. It's not a baby in class. Downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and empty. Deep breath in. Exhale and empty your breath. Drop your forearms down to the ground. So keep them shoulder width distance, drop them down to the ground. You could hug a block between the L shape of your fingers. You could put your thumbs together if you wanted to, but palms on the ground. Body like downward facing dog. Walk your feet in closer to your face. When you walk your feet in, you'll want to pull your ribs in as deeply as you can. Put your eyes so that they're looking at the floor between your forearms. Pull your ribs in. Elbows need to be only shoulder width distance. Raise your right leg high up into the air, but keep your hips square. You'll want to flex your right ankle so that your right foot is really full of information. Walk your standing foot way into your body. Then take baby hops with your other leg, your left leg. Baby hops, and where your knee goes, I almost caught you. Left knee into your chest. So some of you, your foot will barely leave the floor. Others, you'll get your knee right into your chest and you'll be able to balance. Knee into your chest and find your equilibrium in the middle. Press, press. Maybe you'll jump 5 more times. Maybe you'll hold it for 5 breaths. When you're finished, your last of 5 breaths, newborn pose. Keep your focus really together. It's easy to get open and loose when you're going upside down. Stay very focused. Newborn pose, feet together, arms behind you. You know if you're getting a rest this big, there's more to come. Feet together, arms behind you. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Now, you have a whole other side of your body. Are you ready? Arms feel okay, shoulders feel good. Bring your forearms to the mat. Move with really precision and a calmness. Sometimes we can get a little excited when we're upside down. Bring calm and stillness. So make your forearms shoulder width distance. For some of you, it might be easier to just take your strap, create a loop with the strap. If you felt like your arms were slipping and that was a little scary, or you could just use a little more help, some of these strap up better than others, and make your arms shoulder width distance. Okay, turn your toes under, lift your hips up into the air. Pull your ribs into your body. Walk your feet. So bring the talking down. You need to bring in concentration to inversions. When the energy goes up with too much talking, then you start to really lose your integration. Press your forearms down and hug them in. It's the left leg that goes into the air now, your left leg. You can take baby hops. It's just the littlest amount of effort needed to bring your body upside down. If your lifted leg hamstring feels tight, then purposefully bend your lifted leg knee. Little baby hops, knee into your chest. Little baby hops, knee into your chest. You can try this strap around your forearms, and that'll help you. It looks like you're trying to keep the shoulder integrated.
Yeah, I had a shoulder separation several years ago.
Okay.
So I'm very apprehensive.
Yeah, well, don't go if it's not right for you, but this might help too. So you determine what works best. After your last one, your last try, newborn pose. Knees together, arms behind you. We're always looking in yoga class. Actually, it's not so much about putting in more effort. It's actually about bringing more softness and ease. And inversions are a delicate matter like that. So the basket headstand with your knees into your chest really develops some control so that when you're going into the forearm stand, it takes the minimal amount of effort. Come into a tabletop position, hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Raise your right arm into the air, turn toward Africa, open your body to the side of the room toward Africa, and weave your right arm under your left, thread the needle, put your shoulder on the ground. Stretch your neck and put the ear on the ground. When I was learning to do headstands, all that wiggling and wobbling around, sometimes you can clench and create discomfort in your back as you're learning. It doesn't have to be that way, but sometimes it is, and this is a pretty nice stretch to iron out any injustice you might have done. A really long neck, your right shoulder tucked under. Okay, let's come back up and switch sides. Next will be your left side. Left arm up, thread the needle. Shoulder under you. Really anchor your shoulder down. Once it's anchored, stretch your neck as long as you can get your neck to be, and then rest your ear down. You can look to Matt. You guys can look to Matt for ideas too. Close, it's more here. Just making length with this one. Okay, come back up, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and empty your breath. 2 more times. Deep breath in and empty. Last time. Deep breath in. Exhale. Look to your hands. Move up to your hands all the way up. Halfway lift and fold down. Stand up. Reach your arms overhead and stretch. Stretch up and back. Up out of your feet. Eagle pose on the right side. Wrap your right arm under. Squat down. Wrap your right leg over. Keep your gaze fixed on one point at the front of the room. With your gaze as your anchor, allow your breathing to be expansive. In your corner of the room, lead your experience into breath and into connection. Stand you up just a little taller. Keep your arms bound. Unwrap your right leg, take it back to airplane pose. Keep your arms bound. Push your left leg down, push your right leg back. Square your hips. That's it. A little bit right hip down, left hip up. Big inner thigh strength. Now chest up. Fingertips to the front of the room. Breathe right there. Keep your right hip down. Unwrap your arms to airplane arms. Stretch your arms back, chest up. That's it. You got it. Keep stretching, Liza. Keep stretching. Hands to prayer position, pause. Left arm down, half moon pose. Use the block or the floor. Right arm in the air. Now activate your right leg and your right foot. Wake them up. Like your foot is standing on the wall behind you. Just press it back. Push back. Yes, that's it, Peggy. Leg high, press into my hand here. Look up to the ceiling, one more breath. Warrior 2, step back. Land in Warrior 2. Warrior 2 becomes the rest pose now. Flip your left palm up, reverse the warrior. Stretch up and back. Deep lunge. Let your side body stretch long. Open up your elbow, reach. Straighten your front leg. Reach up and back. Reverse triangle. Move into triangle pose. Fingertips toward the front of the room. Hips toward the back of the room. Put your fingertips on the floor behind your front foot. You've got it. Fingertips on the floor behind your front foot. Maybe you need to broaden your stance. Put your left palm on the ground. Reach up to the ceiling. Pick your front foot up or walk it. Stretch it toward Africa. So you can walk it over there, pick it up, and reach it over there. You've got it. Foot really high. Flex your foot. Chest up to the ceiling without touching your foot to the floor until you're in the low plank. Chaturanga. Uh-oh, where did the control go? Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Deep, deep breath in. Exhale. Here's the last breath in this downward dog. Stretch your hips up and back. Then look to your hands and jump forward. Once you arrive, halfway lift. Fold down. Stand up. Inhale. Reach up out of your feet. Stretch. Left side, eagle pose. Wrap your left arm around. Bring connection to the room through your breathing. You could be the leader in your section of the room. You could bring the breath. Just take the poses one breath at a time. Bring as much softness as you need through each pose. Unwrap your lifted leg. That'll be your left leg. Just reach it back, airplane. That's it. Now activate your legs. Square hips. If your hips are square, your inner thighs will be learning a new kind of fire. Chest forward. Stretch your fingertips forward. Keep lifting your back leg's inner thigh. Breathing, breathing. Keep twisting, twisting, twisting. Unwrap your arms, airplane arms. Chest up, get long. Hands to prayer position. Right hand down. Left arm in the air. Half moon. Turn your hips to the side of the room. Just stay in the flow, stay in the practice, one breath at a time. Breathe. Lift your back leg high, press, press, press right into my hand. Leg up, Sean, one more foot up. That's it, hold it up there, active. You've got it, you've got it. Step back, warrior two, right back, just drag your foot back. Deep lunge, relief to your hips to be in this open pose after the standing hip opening. Flip your front palm up, reverse the warrior. Back leg straight. Now straighten your front leg. Stretch up and back. Reach. Triangle pose. Fingertips forward, hips back. Get your right palm, your right fingertips at first, on the ground behind your front ankle. And really anchor down your front foot's knuckle of a big toe. Chest open. Ease your chest open. Turn it to the ceiling. Front leg straight if you can. There you go. Make your feet longer apart. Put your palm on the block or the floor behind your right foot. Palm flat on the ground. Walk your foot or pick it up if you can. Reach it to the side of the room. Stretch your body from heel to the crown of your head long. Your foot may be on the ground, it may be in the air. Chest open, back leg straight. You got it, straighten your back leg. That's it, now look up, look up, look up. Okay, foot to the floor, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. And blow the air out. Deep breath in. Exhale, look to your hands, jump up to your hands. When you arrive, halfway lift and fold down. Come all the way up to standing, stretch your arms overhead. Hug your right knee into your chest. Look at your left foot, line it up so that it's heel behind your middle toe. And with your right knee hugging, just suck your thigh bone back into your body so that if you were to let go, your knee wouldn't fall anywhere. Hold on then to your knee. Choose to stay holding your knee or to hold the outside of your right foot and extend your right leg forward. Left hand to your hip. Breathe right here with your leg forward, 5 breaths. Hold on to your knee or your foot. Stand tall. You can open your leg to the right. Look and reach to the left side of the room. Lift your chest high. Come forward, switch hands. Left hand, right foot or knee. Reach to the back of the room, dancing Shiva. Bring breath. Come forward, hug your knee into your chest, stand tall, and place your foot on the floor. Other side, pick up your left knee. Stand on your right foot, heel behind your middle toe. Heel behind your middle toe. And all the extra wiggling that you do when you're not looking down at your foot, that's your foot going back to turn out. Put your heel behind your middle toe. Choose to stay holding your knee or hold your foot and extend. Stand really tall. It's your leg in front of you. Hold your knee, a bent knee, or hold your foot and work towards straightening your leg. Open your leg to the left. As you open it, keep thinking of hugging your thigh bone back into your body. Reach toward Africa. We've got some African teachers coming again soon. September, I think it's October. Bring your leg forward, switch hands, turn, look, reach to the back of the room. We'll have Kevin coming. Susie's been mentoring him for a couple of years. Acha is what he likes to be called. And Walter, an amazing teacher. Okay, come forward, hug your knee into your chest. Put your foot on the floor. Grab your strap or choose to take standing bow pose. If it's standing bow, wrap your right shoulder behind you. Hold your right ankle from the inside so your palm faces out. If you find that your right shoulder feels crowded, then your grip is backwards. Roll it open. If you're using the strap, lasso your right ankle so each hand is holding a tail of the strap, and use your breathing to gently bring your elbows forward. Keep hugging your arm bone into your body as you take that pose, and go right into it. Need help? Okay. She didn't take it, but she's close. This is a square hip pose. So if you have the strap, it's a square hip pose like crescent lunge. She could use support here, lifting her hip and asking this to go down from this side. So she's leaning on me and I'm lifting her hip. Also some space really will keep her out of her lower back because that's the tendency to sit in the lower back. Hold on, she's adjusting her tailbone. Pull the pit of your belly into your body and up and just stretch your waist long. Here's your last breath in this side, this pose, and gently bring yourself out gracefully. Switch sides. Left side, first set. If your body's giving you information already in your lower back and it's feeling a little bit put upon, know that your lower back is not part of a back bend. So make your legs strong and pull your abdominal muscles in, your waist long. Go for it. Switch your grip on your back shoulder here. I'm going to switch it a little bit further. Okay, that's right, that's your shoulder, yeah. Stretch up, kick up, lift. Okay, come out. First side again. Second set, first side. Back bends, I think, as I've watched people practicing over the years, can be the thing people avoid. the most, but there's so much to be gotten out of them. When you're using the strap in this one, you're also getting work on your shoulders. So choose standing bow or dancer's pose, right side first set or second set. Go ahead. If it's standing bow, where your hand is touching your ankle, then that's like warrior one, where your hips are working toward closed. If it's dancer's pose with the strap, or if your hands touch your feet, then it's square hips, like crescent lunge. Chest up. That's it. Kick up. Yeah, right there. Let your shoulders just go soft and open. Integrated, but then reaching out with softness. Step out. Switch sides. Sierra, that's a dangerous choice there because he can't get out of it. Like if you just got his leg, he's got nothing to do but fall on his face. Second side, second set. And go. Press your hands to the ceiling if you're holding a strap. That's it, Michelle. Then up with your arms. Try to straighten your arms. That means get longer and longer in your waist. This is moving towards square. It won't ever quite be square. She's off center. She needs a little bit of space to get her balance back. Give her a little space to manage there. Yes. Then you can connect to her hip, but let her tell you how far. Okay, step out. Come to the front of your mat, feet together, arms down. Just be still. Don't fix anything yet. Just move to the front of your mat, put your arms down, and listen. Just listen to your body. Let it tell you what's happening for you. I know that the back bends, the big back bends, usually we just want to get out of those and get away from them. Just be still for a second and see what you created. Then we'll take tree pose. Bring your right foot, the sole of your right foot to your left inner thigh for tree pose. And you be in full creativity here. You take your hands to prayer position, and from there, your expression. Arms overhead, arms behind you. You can interlace your palms and press them up. Whatever feels like the right expression for your body in this pose today. One foot into the earth, and then just reach up. Switch sides. Allow yourself to integrate with tree pose everything you created with every pose that came before. It's at this stage that I have begun to connect to, oh, this is where I make the shift from adding lots of effort into now the balance has shifted, more and more ease the deeper into the practice I get from here. But to me, this is a real turning point into heightened listening, heightened ease, and just enough effort. Okay, step out, come to the front of your mat. At the front of your mat, feet together, squat down, arms up, chair pose, work together, and breathe. We'll take 5 breaths. Are you ready? Sit deep as you exhale. Every time you inhale, stretch your fingertips. 3 more breaths, work together. You'll go so much further together than you would go alone. Slow, steady exhales. Here's the last one. Fold to the floor. Halfway lift. High plank to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Come into a high plank position and lower all the way down to your belly on the mat. Keep your toes turned under like crescent lunge or like you did in chaturanga. Keep them turned over. Keep your legs active and strong. Your heels, press them back. Your legs, knees off of the ground. Let your tailbone reach down toward your heels, then arms out like airplane wings. Stretch your waist long and lift up. Breathe right there. Make your body as long as you can with your toes turned under and your legs active. They'll inform this back bend. Tail to your heels, chest to the front of the room. Unsqueeze your butt cheeks. You're getting it. Pull the pit of your belly off of the floor into your body and come back down. Bend your knees, reach back and hold your ankles from the outside So your palms face in. Hold it at your shin, so right below, above, whatever you want to call it, ankles, so your feet can really flex. And you can imagine them pressing on the ceiling of the room. Knees only hip-width distance. Press up to the ceiling with your feet. Hang off the strength of your legs. This is another back bend. Flex your feet. Press your feet into the air. That's it. Just hang off of your leg strength. Tailbone to your knees, to the back of the room. Now, add effort in your left side and roll over onto the right side of your body. Look toward the chalkboard side of the room. How is your shoulder? Good. Keep your top leg active. You can come back to the center. Kick up. Press up. Now activate the effort in your right leg. Could be a little tricky to get rolled over. Activate the effort in your right leg. Come on, right leg. Come on, right leg. Over you go. Let your shoulders stretch. For some of you, working in a more gentle way with your body, it may just be that you have a straight leg and a bent leg and a hand on the floor, and you're just easing into the shoulder stretch. Come onto your belly. Turn your toes under like crescent lunge. Hands on the floor under your elbows, upward facing dog. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Half camel pose, kneel down, step your right foot forward, so make 90-degree angles in your legs and your ankles. Kneel down on your left leg, step your right leg forward. And you know, you're always welcome to look around if you're not sure about a cue that I'm calling for and see what others are doing. Not in a way of comparison, but to understand the language. So a square body, a square pose here, instead of a deep lunge forward or hips opening to the side. Turn your back toes under, put your right hand on your right thigh. Left hand to your left heel. Could be on a block beside your calf muscle. Feeling more flexible, your hand could be in the crease of your left knee. Customize your pose. If your standing knee is really troubling you, you could always grab one of these handy little props that one of our teachers created called yoga jellies and put it under your knee. But we have a soft floor that might help too. Turn your hips and your ribs square to the front of the room. Then with your right hand, just slide it back your cheeks, the side of your face, reach to the back of the room, half camel pose. One of the objectives is to keep sucking your right thigh bone back into your pelvis, squaring your hips. So we just keep hugging your right thigh bone back into your body. Into your body. Into your body. To come out of the pose, bring your hand to prayer position at your heart. Lift your chest to the ceiling, hands to the floor, downward facing dog. Stretch back. Other side, step forward. Kneel down. Already start to square your hips. Pull your thigh bones into your body. Right hand, right heel, calf muscle, block. Left hand, skim it past the side of your body to keep your shoulder blades set. Square hips. Left thigh bone, pull it back into your body. Yes, that's it. Yep, reach up and back. You can be a little more demanding of her and go here, but your intention is correct. Hand to prayer position, chest up out of the pose, downward facing dog. Downward facing dog, stretch up and back. You're pretty sweaty and pretty slippery. Walk halfway up to your hands. Pull your ribs and your belly in so you're round like a Halloween cat and jump through your hands and sit on your tush. You might do it like by crisscrossing your legs. Some of you will be able to just slide them right through. Helps to be slippery. Dandasana, sit down on your sitting bones, legs stretched in front of you, toes up to the ceiling. Sit really, really tall. Really tall. You can reach your arms overhead. Make it a little more challenging than usual. Sit up out of your lower back. That's it. Lift just up out of your lower back. Stay as tall as you can. Reach your arms now forward to the front of the room. Roll down onto your back. Tall as you can, just roll onto your back. Pull the pit of your belly in and rotate over the crest of your hips. All the way down. Pull your belly in there, Chrissy. Tail to your heels. Bend your knees, feet flat on the floor. Bridge pose. Feet flat underneath of your knees. Come up one bone at a time from your tail all the way up your spine toward your head. Once you get up to shoulder height, rock side to side and tuck your arm bones deep underneath of your back. Steady breathing now. Strong legs. Push the four corners of your feet down. With your shoulders set deep underneath of your back, fingertips to the ceiling. Flex your wrists, put your hands on the floor under your shoulders. Press up into wheel pose. So some of you may stay in bridge with your hands pressing. Many of you will just straighten your arms. Soften how high you've pressed your hips by 1/4 of an inch and then wrap your thigh bones into each other. Make your legs strong. Breathe right here. 3 more breaths. 2 more breaths. Make sure you're way up in here. You're getting to the bottom of our rib cage. Stay to the top. Okay, come back down. Don't hug your knees into your chest just yet. Knees side to side. 1 breath in, 1 breath out. Second set of wheel pose. Set it up. Set it up. Up you go. Wheel pose. 10 breaths now. Strong feet, strong arms. Press into your feet. Matt, you can always, you're going to stand, Jess. Hands to prayer position. Press into your feet. Stand up. Stand. Up you go. And back you go. Oh, head and hands last, Rita. Head and hands last. You don't need your hands yet. Go ahead. You're doing good. Good job. Okay, come back down. So you're welcome to stand up and drop back in that pose. Ready? On your mark. Get set. Last one. Up you go. On up you go. Okay, you're going to be right here. Kind of get the crest of her cheeks. And then you'll need to be in a strong warrior 1. Hold your strap. She's going to be able to do this well. Then pull her this way. Ready? Go ahead, Jess. Hands to prayer. Head last, head last. Oh, sorry. Okay, go back. Go back. Just keep holding. And she can hang off of that. See, look. Yeah, she's going nowhere. You've got her. You got it. You got it. Keep going. Yeah, I didn't help. Okay, Supta Baddha Konasana. Soles of your feet together. Knees open. This is another great spot to be still and turn on listening. Just turn on your listening. Allow ease to be what washes over you. Allow ease to take the lead. Hug your knees into your chest. Rock back and forth, long on your mat. Long on your mat, long on your mat. All the way through to downward facing dog. I won't even look. Just make it happen. Downward facing dog. We're going to need a fair amount of blocks available, just in case. Come to a high push-up position and lower all the way down to your belly. You're going to be here for a little while, so make yourself comfortable. You won't need to worry about your neighbor, because right now there might seem to be a space issue, but that'll go away quickly. So stretch your arms out like airplane wings, a little in front of your shoulders instead of a little behind. So just work it out that you have enough space. Then we're moving to looking at the chalkboard. Put your left hand on the ground and start to turn your body as far as it will go to the side of the room. I know, I'm serious. Your right arm, see, it's on the ground and it's not behind my shoulder. It's ahead of my shoulder toward the brick wall. Straight arm. So all of the assistants in the room, look around and make this happen everywhere in the room. That you're laying flat on your belly, arms are out, a little in front of your shoulders, not behind. Then start to leave your right arm in place, turn toward the left side of the room. That's it. That's exactly it. Keep going, keep going, keep going. You might want to have your block nearby to use it as a little pillow. Keep on going, turning, and then reach your top arm, your left arm, around behind your back, all the way behind. You may need a strap, and you'll find one will come your way. Relax your arm. Hold the strap. Some of you will hold hands. Many of you will hold hands. Some of you will not. Hold that strap snug. You can bend your top leg as much as you need to for leverage. How are you doing there? That's it. Good. Katie, hold your hand. You can. You're right there. Bend your top knee maybe for some leverage. There it is. Breathing will be good. Breathing will help. Now, somebody asked me to do this. I don't remember who it was anymore. We haven't done these shoulder openers for a while. You want your arm. Ooh, just let it, how are you doing? You okay? So we may come and gently help your hands to meet. I find it really helpful to keep my top leg bent for leverage. It will take maximum ease to essentially allow, oh my goodness, you're so much more flexible than that, please. There you go. You doing okay? Mm-hmm. You can hold this side and then this arm. You're strong, so maybe that's what, yeah, you can hold. Softer perhaps, maybe moving more toward your everyday breath, but still purposeful in your breathing. Bruce, do you want me to give you a strap? Would you like to try it with a strap so you don't have to use your arm or leg for tension? But really gently hold that. Wrap this backwards. You've got it. You've got it. Use this guy to help you balance. And then you want to lift your head up. This might be nice. Blocks under your heads as a pillow could be very nice. You should be able to do this on your side if you feel okay with it. Caleb can help you get in. How are you doing? You're quiet. I guess I'll take that as a great. Doing great. I'll take this guy, straighten it. Hold on there. There you go. Yeah, ease out, wrap back, open up, and Jess can straighten her arm down here. There. You can turn yourself over more. Lift your head. Just checking you out to see that everybody's gotten the help they need. Are you ready for the other side? Gently bring yourself out. No slingshots. Back to the center on your belly. Now you have a sense of where you'll be headed. Get all of your gear ready to go. Arms out like airplane wings. Airplane wings, just ahead of your shoulders. So now you'll know your left arm needs to stay straight. Use your right arm, bend it, palm on the ground, start to turn toward Africa. Shift your hips underneath of you. Reach around behind your back and hold hands. A little high there, yeah. That's it, reach. You can bend your legs. You might sit all the way over onto your hips. Some of you will feel so flexible, you'll get all the way over to sitting on your tush with your knees in the air like bridge pose. Let me help you set your arms up. I'll take this guy way out here, and I'll turn toward Africa. You might want to lift your head, have a pillow, and then I'll take this one. I think yours would go together, but I don't want to force, so we'll just go with that. There you go. You've set that up nicely. Good, Carol. There you go. Let me adjust yours a little bit here. We come back on your belly. Reach this all the way out to the side. Yes. Yeah, bend your top leg, and you can probably come over onto your tush a little bit. You can bend both legs if you want. Ideally, your arms are reaching straight back toward the bathrooms. Let me adjust you just a little bit here, if you don't mind. Come onto your belly. I'm going to move this arm over here. Yep, now onto your side. There you go. Yeah. How are your shoulders feeling? The front heads of your shoulders feeling pretty good? It's like a blessing. Your shoulders are saying, oh, thank you. Lift your head maybe, Anne, and then bend your top leg. Yeah, you can start to move more and more onto your back side. Both legs could bend. Your shoulder won't do it. Ready for the next one? Okay, onto your bellies. Onto your belly. Come onto your forearms like you're posing for a picture at the beach, right? Like a beach pose. Now this one's a little bit tricky, but not so much. It's simple, but it's different in your listening. Right elbow over to your left elbow. So already things get a little crowded feeling. And then bend your forearm back to your shoulder. Put your chin on the softest part of your inner wrist and press your wrist. So elbow all the way over is important. And then wrist, press your hand down to the ground. Let me show you. Looks like this. I'll show you down there also. Elbow to elbow, wrist to shoulder. Press it down near, your hand is near the same side shoulder. And then you can add, you can add that you bend. So this may be intense enough for some of you, and others you may need to add bending your right knee to the side. That's it. This one will be tough for you. You want to assist? Yep. That's it. You can just check around and see that you see everybody's finding it. After you've held it for a breath or two, you may discover that adding your bent right knee is a possibility. Right hand to right shoulder, right knee out to the side. Like a frog pose leg. Yeah. I know. Give me that. Yes. How are you doing over here? You feeling that? Really? What's that? The targeted area, so you can feel it on this back wrap of your deltoids, and probably you might be able to start feeling it underneath of your right scapula. You feeling that, Michelle? Oh, you're doing your left arm. Yeah. Some of you have your right arms up. The arm that's bent, that scapula. Got some different arms going. I think we're going to do it this way, a little different than I might have done it on another day. Stay positioned. Just release your right hand to around your left shoulder. We'll bring you a strap. Then reach up your back and hold the strap or hold hands. So some assistant near you will bring you a strap, and then your left arm will come around behind your back and hold hands or hold the strap. You can keep your leg, so if you have your right arm in action, your right leg out. If you have your left arm in action, your left leg out. Good. If you discover that you just don't think you're feeling this, ask us for help. So assistants, you'll watch this. If they're working their right arm and now it's reaching underneath of their left shoulder, then it's the right leg up. If they've started with the other arm, then it's the left leg up. Make sense? Left arm is reaching down their back, right leg is up. She's correct. She could lift her right leg. Should we add intensity to yours? Okay. This leg will bend out to the side, like frog pose. Yeah. How are your shoulders feeling? Pretty good? You feel it? Yes? You can only really do this when it's been very sweaty, or your body wouldn't be ready. Have to be sweaty. Sweat has a lot of value. You ready for the other side? The two poses on the other side. You can unravel. Remember which arm you are reaching over with, because you've been a little bit different on your arms. So we had, if you followed me, your right arm. If you started with the other arm, just switch. So now you're back to the beach pose. Left elbow over to your right elbow, hand in close to your shoulder. Bring your chin in the soft of your left wrist and press your left wrist down to the ground near to your shoulder. That's it. The arm that's in action, so if you're with me, it's your left arm. Your left leg can go out to the side like frog pose. Other leg, switch legs. The leg that adds intensity. So you'll discover you put one leg out and it doesn't seem like anything. When you put the other leg up, it adds intensity. Yeah, that's the right leg, Chrissy. That's it, Michelle. Good. This one is like, imagine chicken wings just coming apart. Your chicken wing pulling off of your body. If you feel like you really need some help, raise an arm or a leg in the air, and one of us can help you align the pose a little more specifically. You're feeling good. Okay, stay mostly as you are. Only change a little bit. Just your left forearm. Reach it now, left arm over your right shoulder. And then up your back with your right arm. Hold hands, or use a strap to cover the distance. You're right there. I think you could. There you go. So close. Will this shoulder go to the side, or does that one not love that? This elbow to your other side underneath of your body. So take your elbow over here. There. Hold on, I'll take this. Let me have that arm. Wrap that down. There you go. We can use a strap because it's almost but not quite. Hold that and hold that. You can add this leg out to the side if you want to. I think you're more flexible than this. Relax, relax. Hold the strap. Got it? See now, Jane, you can see all this stretching away from her body. She's pretty flexible, so that's not so adhered to her back like it is for many people. All three of you. You three, Chrissy, Bruce, all the way down the row. Your elbows need to come across your body underneath. They're out here right now. Bring it over here. Elbow under your body. Yep, and reach over, then up your back. And then chest down over your forearm or your upper arm. Yeah, bring this over here. I know, it's like circus tricks. Yes, yes. And then this leg frog pose, this leg frog pose, this leg frog pose. Oh, we're almost out of time. I have one more for you, but we'll have to save that for another day. Twisted frog, that's a great name for it. It doesn't really have a name, just some shoulder openers. I like twisted frog though. Are you finished? Let's come out. Just roll over onto your back, feet still at the same end of your mat, head at the same end of your mat that it's at. Just go over onto your back. Oh. Oh. Hug your knees into your chest. Sierra, eye towels. Eye towels. You got them. Matt's got it. Hug your knees into your chest. Thanks, Matt. Knees to the left, look to the right. Little simple twist. Knees to the left, look to the right. Length, length. Not added twist. Your hand here. And then long. Yes. Nice. Knees into your chest, switch sides. We call it the perfect Sunday. You can stay after this class for 15 minutes, add your name to the attendance sheet, and participate in restorative yoga if you want. Lots of people do the 2, and it's just like the perfect Sunday. Okay, unwind, Shavasana. There's an eye towel near you or coming your way. Stretch your legs long and wide. Your arms wide, palms face up to the ceiling. Do what it takes, a few breaths to organize your body. To set it up so that you feel really supported by the floor, your lower back feels comfortable. Once you have everything set just right, take a deep, deep breath in. And exhale through your mouth. Now the rigorous stillness, ultimate ease. even if you sense things happening in the room, whether it's air blowing, people moving, you are space, a space of ease, a place where there's nothing left to do, nothing to be said, nothing to fix. Take a deep breath in. And exhale through your mouth. Deep breath in. Exhale. Hug your knees into your chest. Roll to your side. With your eyes closed, come up to a sitting position. There's a whole discipline in yoga. When we practice asana, we only practice one limb, the movement, but we also practice then the breathing limb. And there's a whole practice of chanting, and we just barely scrape the surface. We just chant Om. And it's a way of aligning with each other and aligning your whole body. Some of our teachers will do a little bit of chanting, like Briala at the end of her class. So it's not singing. You don't have to worry about, do you have a good enough voice or anything like that. It's just an expression of your body aligning, tuning to itself and the world around it. So with an inhale, bring your arms overhead, stretch up. As you exhale, bring your hands into prayer position. So we'll start together, but your own pace, your own volume. 3 times we'll chant Om, and it'll just roll through the room as an expression that's both individual and collective. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath in. Exhale through your mouth. We use the word Namaste to thank each other, so just bow your head and Namaste. Thank you to all of our assistants. Thank you to each one of you for coming. It's been a pleasure to play with you this morning. You're welcome to stay for restorative. Ask questions after class of any of the assistants or teachers in training or myself. We're happy to answer questions about your practice or upcoming events. Thank you for being here. See you next time.
Make sure you put your check marks on the board.
Yeah, Warrior of the Roses check marks. Ted's got the baskets there for towels, all the hand towels, eye towels. They go in there so we can have them for you next time. Sometimes the hand towels forget to make it there accidentally. Put them in the baskets. There's spray to wash your mats. Thank you.